Welcome back to the Flat Earth Podcast with me, Rick Flat, your host. If you want to find out anything more about the Flat Earth Podcast, why we exist, what we're doing in the world, head on over to theflatearthpodcast.com, and there you'll find information about us, previous episode links, link to the Spotify audio, the channel, a little PayPal button if you want to support the channel. We would love that. All money would go to lighting and microphones and cameras and lenses and all that sort of stuff to improve the channel. We have a sister channel, another channel that we're doing called the ABC of EDC. I'll link to some videos for it up here. Please jump over there if you're interested in everyday carry items, tools, tech, knives, jewelry, anything you carry on your person, anything that's essential to your life, we're trying to cover over there. So jump on over there, subscribe as well if you want to. I hope you're well. It's Monday morning. And I'm having one of those days. I'm having like a funny day. I think I'm in an odd mood. I woke up knowing that I had like monotonous and boring stuff to do. I don't know how you feel like when you go to bed knowing, oh, tomorrow I've got stuff to do I don't really want to do. Essentially, I've got admin tasks. Now, I hate admin tasks. I really do. I had stuff to do. I just sat at the computer, just kind of typing stuff out. I'm not interested. It's not my thing at all. Anyone who knows me will not be surprised by this. But in between, I'm just having bouts of like hilarity today because I guess I'm in a funny mood. I'm slightly tired. I had a funny weekend. So I don't know. I'm just feeling a little bit odd. So we'll get into that in a moment. There's only really two things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about building or breaking. That's one thing. And I want to talk about having a laugh and how important it is to have a laugh, to mock the elements of life that are available to you to mock. It's really important, and I think once the sense of humour goes in life, life's more difficult. Anyway, let me talk to you about building and breaking. I built this studio. I built this podcast studio a year and a bit ago now, and I built it mainly out of pallets. Like, if you know what pallets are, warehouse pallets, stuff that you might have had stuff delivered to your house, turf or tiles or heavy duty units for your kitchen, or well, I don't know what you might get, but yeah, pallets are everywhere. Hopefully you know what a wooden pallet is. If you don't, this is a wooden pallet. But they have dual uses. Yes, you can deliver stuff to them, but then actually people like me are doing things called pallet builds. So a little while ago, I took these useless pallets that you would get stuff delivered on, then maybe leave down at the side of your house, and maybe at some point chop it up and burn it, make it for, chop up for your fire pit or whatever. More and more people are making use of them to build furniture inside and outside, beds and all stuff, but they're doing also pallet builds in their garden. My friend had a similar size unit like this professionally built a while ago, and I don't know how much that cost, but when he looked during COVID, it had gone up by about £20,000. So it's a massive cost to have something like this built. And I knew I wanted to build a writing room, studio, kind of hangout space in my garden here. And so I went the pallet route, and it ended up costing me just a few £1,000s because you have to buy some wood and screws, and you have to buy roofing stuff and insulation and carpet and stuff to dress it out. But generally the wood partition walls are then pallets. Why am I telling you this? Why should you care? Why are you just feeling like, I think I'll listen to this later? Don't listen to it later. Listen to it now. It's very important. So I built these pallets, but I was so good at collecting pallets that at the end of this build, I had about 8 or 9 pallets just left. Now, I was very happy. I finished this. I'll put the date up when I can't remember the exact date I finished, but I finished this X amount a while ago. This date, somewhere here. And I had these like 8 or 9 pallets just kicking around. And I kind of use some every now and then. There's a little summer house of my daughter's got a summer house which is next door, and I kind of use some pallet wood to kind of adjust that. But they've just been knocking around. I don't know about you. As a man, when I'm really excited about something, I'm very much into it, and then I get over it and I just leave kind of debris in my wake. And for a while now, we have an alleyway down the side of our house, side access to the garden, but we haven't had side access to the garden because it's been full of these pallets. So I decided, I've got some friends coming around Thursday night. We're having a fire pit and a hangout, so I need some wood, and I've got nothing but wooden pallets blocking the path that all my friends will try and use to come to the house. I thought, there's an opportunity here. I will grab those pallets, throw them on the middle of the lawn, and I'll just grab hammer, an axe, a saw, and I'll just cut the wood up. Whatever's damp and horrible, not good, I'll take to the tip, and whatever's kind of dry and useful for burning, I'll chop up a little bit, and we'll burn that on Thursday. And it was part of the way through doing that thing. I like I say, I set myself a little place Saturday afternoon in the garden, and I started to hack away and with a crowbar pull apart these pallets and cut them up a little bit. And part of the way through is I'm just like cutting them down to nothing, to things that I'm just going to burn, or putting them on another pile, which is you're not even good enough to burn. I'm going to have to take you to the tip, just throw you away. You're damp and you know, wood louse infested and just horrible, just gone to nothing, warped uselessness. It just dawned on me these things that are now surplus to requirements, when I was building this place, they were gold. They were like the foundation of a place I now occupy, where I create all this content and where I enjoy myself, and I have friends over and we talk, and we have a nice cigar and a bit of whiskey or whatever. My family come in here, my wife and my daughters, they come in here and they paint. When my girls sometimes have sleepovers or whatever, I clear the space for them and they put some fairy lights and stuff up, and they have their friends in here, and it's become an extra room in our house that I built with my own hands, and just loved it. But the same wood that builds was just broken up and was just discarded. And just this juxtaposition of the materials, the stuff you get in your life, the things that come across your experience, your existence, that there's a choice. And sometimes we don't see the choice, sometimes we do. You can either use it to build something, or it can just become debris. You can build it, or you can just break it up. You can make something that hopefully lasts. You know, I'm not getting like overconfident, but so far it's lasted. You can build something that lasts, or you can just fracture it and deconstruct it, and it just becomes useless. It becomes waste. And I thought of this juxtaposition. I was like, oh my gosh, like, the same wood I used to build is the wood I'm now discarding. It's like this in life, the same with words, for instance, your words. The same words that you can use to build, that you can use to bring security, bring compassion, can be the same words that you use that can shatter and that can decimate and destroy. Same hands you have, the same body you have can be a body that brings something good to the world, or it brings something bad to the world. You can add value, or you can wreak havoc. You know, you've only got to look at the news right now with wars, with mass shootings, to see people that use their body, their time to wreak havoc. They could have built, but they destroyed instead. And there's always this thing in life. There's always this opportunity that we have to a choice in front of all of us. So as we know, like, one of the most powerful determiners of direction in your life is what you do with your choices. But there's always this choice to bring life or to bring death, to encourage and grow, or to belittle and smother. These are choices that are available to us all the time. Just funny. And into each moment of your life, you can either have moments that you just dismiss as pointless, or you can embrace them and enjoy them. Now, at this point, I want to tell you a funny story, and I want to tell you about the importance of laughing. Now, I'm gonna. Oh, by the way, there's an Instagram for both the ABC of EDC and Instagram for the Flat Earth podcast. The Instagram for the Flat Earth podcast I'll put up here somewhere, but it's also in the video description underneath this window that you're watching this thing in. And when I kind of switched over from having a personal Instagram where it was just sort of friends and connections to having one where I'm trying to build a podcast, I made it kind of open. So basically, anyone can follow you, anyone can contact you. It's not a private account, it's a public account, right? So when I did that, I soon realised that meant you could get messages from all kinds of people and there was no stopping it. Now, you didn't have to maintain those messages, but you couldn't stop people just sending you messages. And I found pretty early on, I would get very particular kinds of messages. Now, I'm going to grab my phone. Hopefully this is going to make my speakers, sometimes it makes your speakers beep and stuff, but excuse me, I'm not being rude. I'm going to read from my phone because this morning, as I was walking the dog, I got a message. And like I say, I'm in such a playful mood because I've got monotonous things to do today. I kind of felt the need to like fuck around a bit in the other bits of the day that I could. So anyway, I'm just walking down. The dog's off his lead. He's running over to his favourite tree where he digs a hole and tries to bury stuff. And I'm just walking down and I'm just chilling. And I get this message come up. Like boom, on WhatsApp comes up. Hello, I am Anna from Zurich, Switzerland. Are you Mr. Tim from London? Now, at this point, I think I know what this is. This is going to be someone who eventually is going to try and get me into some kind of business arrangement. Because that's what happens. You get people message you when you've got an open account. They message you and basically they're trying to get you into some kind of scheme. You know, it used to be like pyramid schemes. Nowadays, it's like crypto or some kind of investment scheme or something. But you know it. And one way to know that you're getting hustled as well is immediately that someone messages you, I go straight to their profile and look at how many followers they've got, and I look at what their profile pics are. Now, if I click on this person's profile, you get a very interesting, just one single image, which is this. Now, this is apparently Anna from Zurich. Now, I've had this before, and generally it's women in various stages of undress. It's always the same kind of thing, like pouting into the camera or whatever. But anyway, let me go back. So let's start again. I'm Anna from Zurich, Switzerland. Are you Mr. Tim from London? So now I know. I think, okay. So this is what I say. Firstly, I go, nope, sorry, wrong guy. She replies, aren't you Mr. Tim, who has an office for sale in London? Now, at this point, I'm thinking, do I knock this on the head? I'm walking a dog. I've got a day of admin to do. Do I need to be bollocking around with someone like this? But then a little bit of me just goes, you know, you got to have a laugh, man. You got to have a laugh. So she says, once again, aren't you Mr. Tim, who has an office for sale in London? And I said, well, now you press me. I am a bit Tim from London. On full moons and Tuesday afternoons. She interjects at this point. You know, sometimes when you're communicating with someone and they send you a message, so you reply, but they say another thing before your reply can hit, so it gets a bit out of sync. That's what we've got going on here. So I meant to say, I am a bit Tim from London on full moons and Tuesday afternoons, but she interjects, yeah, can you send me a picture of your house? Now, this was the most random question I'd ever received from a stranger. Generally, it's something else. They go straight in. Do you want to earn some money? You know, you could earn X amount in no time and there's not many skills and blah, blah, blah. But can you send me a picture of your house? Took me by surprise. I was like, well, I said, sure. So I sent her this, which is a picture of my favourite tree. It's my favourite tree. This is said tree where Cooper, my black Labrador, best dog in the world, goes underneath to wee, poo and dig holes and bury stuff. So I sent a picture of a tree, followed by a text that explains this. It's a tree house. She said, you're just kidding me. You're not Mr. Tim. I'm not Mr. Tim. At which point, when she accused me of not being Mr. Tim, I said this, how dare you? And she presses in, who are you? And I say this, I'm the magic man, the weaver of the dreams, the maker of the cheese, Captain number one, top of the tree, pick of the bunch, Bertie to my friends. At which point, fair play to her, she does kind of perk up and she says, you're the weaver of the dreams. And then she sends me this emoji. What is this? Anyone explain this emoji to me? Is this emoji crying or sweating or laughing, crying with tears? I don't really know, but I get this emoji. So I decided to press in and continue with my weirdness. I'm in a funny mood. I'm walking the dog. I've got a day of admin again ahead of me. I'm down for this. I say this. They tell me to take the pills. Followed up by, have you seen Forrest Gump? To which she replies, are you out of your mind? Possibly. I'm very possibly out of my mind. But then, getting into it a little bit, she says, haven't seen. What happened? And I say, he running. He running. She says, what's your name? You're funny. Now, she flirting with me. I understand when a woman's flirting with me. I got a radar for this sort of stuff. I can tell this is a textual flirt. And I'm married. I ain't having none of it. So I'm instantly going to change the subject and I'm going to try and take control of the situation. So I ask a hard-hitting, political, current affairs question. What about this inflation, huh? Get her reeling, thinking, what about this inflation? I don't know what's going on. Then I follow up with this. Can I interest you in work that you can earn up to $5,000 a day for only 27 minutes? To which she replies to the inflation question, I think it's hard to make people's lives. And without giving her a chance to get back into order, I say this. All you need is a car, a phone, low self-esteem, an abacus, and a best friend that can skip. Reeling now, not knowing what to do. She's shaken up. She's not sure what's going on. She just replies, uh-huh. And I say, interested? Because now I'm the person sending out the schemes. Now I'm the person fishing around for information. I say, job offer is only good for the next 72 hours. Then there's a lull in our conversation. Anna from Zurich goes quiet on me. And it makes me think maybe I'm not the only person she's talking to. I'm a little bit angry. I'm a little bit upset now because I thought we had a rapport going on. I thought, you know, if there's a disastrous yachting accident somewhere on my wife's drive home and, you know, if I'm a widower, maybe one day I'm on holiday in Zurich and I meet Anna and we realise that we had that conversation about Forrest Gump. We bonded. But she ignores me. She ignores me. So I get a bit grumpy. So 10 minutes later, I say this. Look, do you want this job offer or not? I only got in touch because Tim in London said you were a complete workhorse. I've got other people interested, you see. Always good if you're trying to get a deal to say that there are other people interested in whatever you're trying to sell. Gets the people kind of like going a little bit. At which point, Anna does re-engage in the conversation. She says this. Revealing her true nature, this scarlet whore, this woman of the night, this deceptress that she is. She says this, I'm making a cryptocurrency model. Do you want to learn? I say, not sure. I'm already earning $5,000 a day over here. To which she retorts, I can make $10,000 here. Or one day. And this sounds good. I'm up for this, man. If I can earn $10,000 a day, I'll just work 5 days, 50 G's. 60 G's, baby! So I asked some questions. What are the projected incomes with my cryptologies? I'm not sure cryptologies is a word, but we'll adopt it for now. Then I say this. Can you record a voice message with details, please? I'm having eye surgery. I got a discount if they do both eyes at once, but it plays hell with typing the messages. Just wasting my day. Just wasting my day. This is what I am. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell people this is what I do with my day. So I'm left for a while, and there's no reply, and I'm waiting, and I'm hoping that she's going to send through a voice message and explain all the the deal she wants to offer me. I'm hoping maybe she'll come on board with what I'm doing with the car and the low self-esteem and the friend that can skip. I'm hoping to be able to explain to her that life is like a box of chocolates, but that's it. And it's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger, guys, this week's podcast, because we just don't know where Anna from Zurich is. I hope she's all right. I don't know if we'll ever know. It's more than possible Anna from Zurich is a hairy man in Luton or the Philippines. We just don't know. I like to mess around. So when I'm talking to you about you can take something and build with it, or you can take something and destroy it. Also, the weird things that come across your desk in your life, you can choose to have a laugh with. There's that whole thing of laughter is the best medicine. And it's true. People who have that gut-wrenching laugh, you know, that entire kind of body life, that laugh, they live longer. They live longer. It's a fact. It's actually a cardiovascular movement. That movement when you laugh, it actually works out your diaphragm, your abdominals, to like more than you get from doing a few crunches, more than you get from doing some hanging leg raises. That's why you actually physically hurt sometimes. Your body goes into this spasm as you laugh. When's the last time you gut laughed? When's the last time you laughed out loud? When's the last time you had to spit your tea or your coffee across the room because something just went down that made you just lose it? You gotta have that. In life, you can build stuff, you can break stuff, but within there, in the hard stuff that's being wasted, and in the good stuff that's being built, there should always be room for laughter. I pride myself on always being able to joke around and laugh. Sometimes maybe too much, but I think better to laugh too much than not enough. Better to be filled with joy than seriousness, than to be diligent all the time. Better to just lose your shit with some friends or over something ridiculous. I'm that guy. I like when people fall over, yeah, I will help them get up, but only after I laugh. That's just the way it goes. It's just how it happens. That's how you got to live your life. I don't know. This quick podcast in and out, just a couple of things that have been going on with me. I hope you're good. I hope whatever you're doing, if you're building something, I hope it's going well. If you're just trying to break some stuff and get rid of wasteful stuff, I hope that's going well. I hope in the middle of it all, you get to just have a laugh and see the funny side. And Anna from Zurich, wherever you are, bless you, girl. And I'll see you all next time on the Flat Earth Podcast. I've been Rick. Laters.